Hi, I'm Jo. Welcome to Muddy Puddles. The farm is really living up to its name at the moment as I'm stood here in the rain. This week on the vlog, I've had some really exciting deliveries. I've had some trees arrive and we're going to cut and have a quick look at those trees being planted now. I've just had a parcel arrive at home today and I think it's my new plum and damson tree. So let's open it and take a look. Now this parcel has come from Walcott Nurseries. They always package really, really well. There is plenty of straw in there to make sure that the trees don't get frozen. Obviously the weather we're anticipating is very cold, and they come in a very large box so they're not going to get squashed. They've also used cardboard to protect the delicate branches, and the roots are in a bag to protect them from drying out. So let's open this up and see what we have. These are really good size tree. Two really good root balls there. So I'm going to take these down and plant them now. So I'm here with my two trees, my damson and my plum. I'm going to plant the damson here, and the plum is going to be planted just back there in a minute. Now to plant them, I'm going to dig a hole which is larger than the root ball. I'm going to put some compost, which I brought down with me, in the bottom of the hole, fill in again. I'm going to top dress with some more compost, and then the straw that was came in the packaging, I'm going to lay on the top as a mulch. So let's get on with it. You can see the line where the nursery had buried the tree to, which is about where I'm aiming for. But I definitely don't want to go above this point because this is the old rootstock here, and this is the scion which was grafted on there. And if I put it close to the camera, you can see where it has joined together. So there you can see I've planted my plum and my damson. I'm just going to do the mulching with the straw now. They have quite extensive root system, so they had to have big holes dug for them to go in. And I think this one, because it's made side branches, I'm going to add a tree guard, because as we know, the deer really enjoy eating my trees, as do sheep if they ever get in. Once these trees had been planted and had arrived, a day or two later, another box and another delivery of trees arrived, and I've planted those. I have a little bit of footage of planting one of those trees, the pear tree, which I will put in here now. I've used some of the spare compost to mulch around the strawberries I put in the other week. It won't hurt them. It saves carting it back in my wheelbarrow and put it back on the compost pile. They're made to put the tree stakes in. My thoughts on the fruit trees that I have selected and planted. I bought trees from two companies, Walcott's. They were older trees, more mature, with a lot more root growth on the plants when they arrived. They cost double the amount. So you've got quality trees on good strong root stocks, but you pay a premium for them. These seem to be on good root stocks. They're quality trees, but they are younger, so your root ball isn't as mature or as large, and you don't have as much height or growth on the plant either. I think you are literally paying for what you get, but they seem to be really good quality trees. So hopefully in the spring we'll start seeing them come into leaf. 3 fruit trees I got from Parker's are an apple, James Grieve apple, a conference pear, which is this one, and another plum, and I can't remember. I will put on screen which variety that is, and they cost me £45 for the 3 trees. I think there's a bit of a discount because I bought more than 1 tree. The 2 trees I bought from Woolcott's I spoke about in the video, but there's a plum and a damson. Both excellent companies, both excellent trees, but you get different things for different values of money. Welcome back. I have nearly completed the layout of the perennial garden now to give you a very quick tour. And once we've done that, we'll go and take a really quick look at the animals. Let's just have some cute animal footage and a few interesting tidbits there. I'm going to apologise in advance for any wonky camera work. I'm going to stand at this point because you can get a real sense that a lot has been achieved. So we start with a U-shaped bed here, which curves around the edge of what will be the willow dome. And I put it on an upside down U-shape because I wanted a walkway in the middle of there, which I haven't, it's grass at the moment, but it will be a wood chip path so that I can access that. And I'm thinking that nice scented herbs will go nicely there because the smell will waft in to the willow dome if you're sitting there. We have a kidney-shaped bed, which at the moment has my pear tree, and at the far end there's a bamboo cane marking where I think I would like to have another fruit shrub, maybe a gooseberry bush or a blackcurrant. We have the original kidney-shaped bed, and in there I have planted the apple tree at this end because it's in close proximity to that apple tree should it make it for cross-pollination. And at the other end there is a self-fertile plum, which is handy because even though it's self-fertile, it will help pollinate other trees and it will fruit better. Can't really see that very well against the... it will pollinate better if it has other fruit trees in the vicinity. And across from there, over there, are the two, the damson and the plum that I planted a few days ago. So we have the figure of 8 bed that I started with, that have the pomegranate and the Chilean guava in. We have the wavy bed that runs down the bottom of the garden with the 2 fruit trees I planted earlier, the rhubarb and some blueberries. And then here we have a very odd shaped bed that just snugly fit around all the others, and that has some catmint at the minute. These beds are laid out but nothing is planted in them yet. It's been very windy here, so this is my teardrop bed, which has been mulched and things laid over it so that the mulch doesn't blow away. Behind that teardrop bed there's a rectangle which I'm going to put in quite a rectangular bed. It's going to be a raised bed, and that is where I plan to plant my asparagus, because I have had 2 plantings of asparagus and it does not like the soil conditions. So I'm going to raise it up, fill it with fresh compost, and that's how I'm going to grow my asparagus. And then next to that I'm going to have a second teardrop here, and then this corner I'm going to leave this year as grass and mow it and have a little lawn. There is again the swale bank at the bottom. Dug a ditch which is on contour, so the bottom of the ditch is level, so the water fills it up and floods this ditch that's very green, and then that charges the bank, seeps into the ground and charges that bank on the other side. The dirt I dug out of the ditch was all really lovely topsoil, and the top 8 inches was really good, so that got piled up on the bank to raise those roots up so that those roots are above the water level, so they don't rot in the winter when it's very wet, but they also send their roots down deep, and that bank won't need watering. It'll be fully charged with the water from the ditch over the winter, and all my fruit trees there will not need watering. I have the same at the top, another swale bank which I have roughly weeded. I know most people have taken their calendula out, but on a sunny day I still see bumblebees using it, so I have left it there. When I have a week or 2 where I see no insects or bumblebees using the calendula, I will then take it out here. And this is the bank of soil, and behind on the other side of the netting is the ditch that fills with water that charges this bank. We are going to go over and have a little look at the animals and we are going to talk a little bit about Ava because why not? She's adorable. Comes Kevin running to greet us. He's always the first out. Hello, Kevin. Hello, baby. And there comes Ava. Hello, baby. Now, Ava is feeling so much better, so much more herself than she was before. She is recovering really, really well. What has happened this week, because she was a bit grumpy, what has occurred is that we have discovered she's in season this week. So she was a bit hormonal. She's much better this week. She's feeling a bit gentle and sorry for herself. So she's not as bouncy. She likes her cuddles. She likes her tummy rubs. But that leads me to the thought of, I know you want some food. I usually come and feed you and rub your tummy, but I'm talking now. Isn't it boring? Isn't it boring? Kevin's letting me know he's not happy I'm not in there rubbing his tummy. So I might climb in and do that in a minute. And you can see they're discontent at not being fed just yet because they've thrown their feeder out of the enclosure. So I'll go and get that. Give Kevin some tummy rubs while I talk to you. Hello, Ava. Oh, you're first in line, are you? You're first in line. Yes, I know. Can I please come straighten things out, my loves? Thank you. So, with Ava being in season, it's made me have a think. Oh, pigs come into season about every 3 weeks. That's usual when she has her cycles. But it's made me think about breed her. I absolutely love and adore you, but we can't do the food until the food trough is back where it belongs. You have to let me pull it up into place. Oh, no, don't sniff it while I'm pulling it. It'll whack you on the nose, Kevin. Come on, baby. I know! It's a dreadful life. This pampered life you live. So the thought breeding, so there's a 3-3-3 rule for pigs. Their gestation period is usually 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. So working from that, I can think about when is it, excuse the noise, I'm getting the feed out because that's clearly what Kevin's after. It's telling me off. Yes, I know, and you're going to get zapped by electric fence if you keep pushing, and you won't like it. Right, should we go? Right. So working backwards, I'm hoping that she farrows in May, because it will be lovely and warm. We don't have a barn or indoor area. She will need to farrow in the ark, and we will need to get some farrowing bars fitted there for the safety of the piglets, etc. So May is when I'm aiming for. April can still be a little bit cold for piglets, and they are a good outdoors breed and they should be fine, but I prefer to farrow her in the warmer weather. That means that I need to have her meeting with a boar probably in January. And what you usually do is bring the boar in and have him live with your sow for at least two seasons, in case he doesn't do his job on the first time around. Gives him an opportunity to try again, and you're more likely to get a more successful breeding that way. The other thing you'll notice is I'm putting out a lot of food. Our weather has turned cold, and although the pigs are fine outside, they're obviously using a lot more energy to keep themselves warm and heat themselves up, and I don't want them to lose condition and too much weight, so I'm really carefully judging how much food they need by their body condition. I'm judging it entirely on how hungry they are at the end of eating the food that I give them, their regular ration, and also whether they are getting too chubby or whether they are looking a bit thinner than they usually do. The main aim of this whole thing is to have the happiest, healthiest animals, to farm in the most ethically proper way. They do serve a purpose. Ava is a breeding sow. Kevin will eventually be a bacon pig. The whole of their lives they are respected, treated with care and affection, and kept healthy and as happy as it is possible. Kevin is Kevin. He is his own pig. And very happy being so, which is lovely. Okay, I think we'll go up and have a little look at the chickens. There they are, happy and healthy, light Sussex and Rhode Island Red. We still haven't had the call to house them yet. These guys are coming up to the age where they will be able to lay, and for that purpose we've had a bit of a change in here. So their coop has been rebuilt, used some of the old timber from it. Here is their new coop. Hang on, there is their new coop, and you may have seen the new coop in the shorts, but the main thing about this coop is that it has an egg laying box on the back there. They have all learnt to crow properly. We'll go around and have a look. Thank you. We'll go around and have a look at the other flock. That was beautiful, Earl. That was absolutely beautiful. Now these girls are in full lay for the time of year. Chickens always drop off their lay, but I got 7 eggs this morning from 11 hens, so I think that's pretty good. Here's Earl. Hello, Earl. Have you got anything to respond to that? You got anything to respond? Are you going to crow? Oh, good boy. Well done. Crowing on request. So yes, this coop works very well for them. They have lots of perch bars in there. Girls have some egg boxes in there. I know, I hear you, Duke. I hear you, Duke. They're all coming over to see me because they think I'm going to have corn, which, you know, I very well might do in a minute. And that is pretty much all that is new with the animals. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye now. And blah, 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 blah.